The world stood still on a quiet Sunday morning in August 1962, as news broke that the brightest light in Hollywood had suddenly gone dark. Behind the closed doors of a modest Spanish-style home in Brentwood, a legend was found alone, leaving behind a mystery that would fuel decades of speculation and sorrow. She was the face of an era, a woman who seemed to have everything, yet in her final hours, she was reaching out through a telephone line that eventually went silent. This is the story of the night the silver screen lost its most iconic star, a tragedy that remains etched in the calendar of crime as one of the most debated endings in history. Before we delve deeper into the shadows of that fateful night, remember to comment, like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss future episodes of the Calendar of Crime. Your support helps us keep these historical mysteries alive. On the evening of August 4th, the atmosphere inside the house at 5th Helena Drive was heavy with a strange tension. The famous actress had spent the day meeting with photographers and her psychiatrist, appearing to some as hopeful for a comeback, while others noticed a lingering exhaustion in her eyes. As the sun set over Los Angeles, she retreated to her bedroom, a sanctuary that would soon become a site of investigation. She made several phone calls that evening, some to old friends and others to high-profile figures, her voice described by some as slurred and distant, as if she were drifting away long before the clock struck midnight. One of the last people to speak with her was a well-known actor and socialite, who grew increasingly concerned by the way she said her goodbyes. Her words felt final, a series of farewells to the powerful men in her life, and to the world that had both adored and exploited her. When the caller tried to reach back out, there was no answer, only the haunting silence of a line left hanging. It was a chilling prelude to the discovery that would change Hollywood forever, suggesting that the star knew the end was near, even if the world wasn't ready to let her go. It was roughly 3:30 in the morning when the housekeeper noticed a sliver of light still glowing from beneath the bedroom door. The door was locked from the inside, a rare occurrence that immediately sparked a sense of dread. After failing to get a response, the woman hurried outside to peer through the window, only to see a sight that confirmed her worst fears. The actress lay motionless, her hand still resting near the telephone, as if she had been trying to make one last connection before the darkness took hold. Desperate to reach her, the actress's psychiatrist was summoned to the scene. Finding no way through the locked door, he used a fireplace poker to smash the glass of the bedroom window, climbing into the room that was now a silent tomb. He found her lying face down, surrounded by the remnants of a struggle with her own inner demons. Several empty prescription bottles sat on the nightstand, silent witnesses to the chemical cocktail that had claimed her life. By the time the police arrived, the news was already beginning to leak, and the quiet neighborhood was about to be swarmed by the global press. The official report from the coroner's office labeled the death a probable suicide, citing a massive overdose of barbiturates. However, the discrepancies in the timeline and the missing records of her final phone calls immediately gave birth to 1,000 theories. Some whispered of powerful political families who couldn't afford a scandal, while others pointed to the organized crime figures who moved in the same circles as the Hollywood elite. The lack of a suicide note only added fuel to the fire, leaving a void where answers should have been. In the days that followed, the world mourned a woman who had become a symbol of beauty and tragedy combined. Her funeral was a private affair, yet thousands lined the streets to catch a glimpse of the procession. She was buried in a simple crypt, far removed from the glitz and glamour that had defined her public life. Even now, decades later, the image of the empty pill bottles and the silent telephone remains a haunting reminder of the price of fame and the loneliness that can exist even when the whole world is watching. Thanks for watching. Please comment, share, like, and subscribe for future episodes from the Calendar of Crime.